Hi, my name's Lynn Porter and thank you for joining me today when I'd like to talk to you about one of the most powerful tools that I've encountered in my career as an educational therapist, and that is the tool of journaling. Now, keeping a journal can mean different things to different people. There's no right or wrong way to keep a journal, and journal is what it is. It's whatever you want it to be. And so to have a commission journal at this time when we're having to question everything in our lives and reevaluate everything in our lives and perhaps realign ourselves to a more authentic way of living within ourselves is a very important process. What I do is I create therapeutic journals, many of which are commission journals, and they would make a wonderful gift not only to yourself as part of your process, but also as a gift for somebody. And what I'd like to do today is to explore some different types of journals with you, and also how to create your own, how to bring out your own creative expression, which is a dialogue between self and soul in the way that we communicate with ourselves through the journal. All of the journals that are commissioned come with relevant therapeutic support to help people within that journaling process in whatever way they choose to use that. It starts off in the commission by going through a questionnaire and by then creating a journal that would mean something very important and special for the person that is intended for. So we're going to be looking at some of those today. Anybody wanting any more details, and there are plenty of examples of previous journals on my website, which is www.journaling.me. That's journalling.me, and that's spelt with two L's, journaling the English way, not the American way. Anyway, what I'd like to do is to take you through a commission that I'm doing at the moment and talking to you about that, and let's get down to it. What I'd like to do now is to briefly take you on a little mini journal journey through some of the journals that I've done and that I'm currently making. This one is a journal journey card, and this is actually based on a story that I've written called the Ugfreg, which is short for Ugly Fruit and Vegetables, and it's ideally meant, it's about a story that essentially it's about body shaming, it's about being proud of who you are, it's about bullying, it's about being empowered, and it's ideally meant for an adult and a child to work through together. And along with that is some of the jewellery that goes with that. Special delivery from Ugfreg. Bring it up a little bit closer to the camera for you. And this is some of the jewellery that goes with it, and it's also about healthy eating. So we have got interactive jewellery that go with this journal. Most of my journals come with interactive projects. If you can see all that glass beaded fruit and veg. So the idea being that children and adults can work together with this. That's the necklace. This is the charm bracelet with all the fruits and food charms. So again, the idea could be to grow these foods, to harvest them together, and to cook them together into different recipes, and get a completed piece of jewellery. Here's the one for a child, so a child can actually do their own with that. So that is an example of one of the mini journals. Move that out of the way. This is one I completed recently for the Internet Cafe, and this is a project that was set for online crafting, and It's just a very, very simple journal. So just about taking time out for doing crafty things, and a little journal to keep about doing that. And again, some of my art photography work just in the little pockets of that. So again, another very simple journal. That's just a little charm. You can see it there, with cakes, coffee cakes, on an internet creative afternoon. What could be better? This is some of my more in-depth journals, customised for somebody who loves lavender. As I say, they're always interactive. They always come bespoke with little tasks and assignments and projects to do along the way, in order to form that relationship with a journal. Your journal is a living, conscious extension of the self, and so it needs to be honoured as such. So all of them come in boxes, and they're very interactive. Each box is like a garden. This is the lavender garden, and this journal is actually called the Lavender Cellar. Hence the box comes with lots of lovely dry lavender in. So it comes wrapped and packaged to resemble lavender, and it opens up with the story of the Lavender Cellar. And this is the theme throughout the journal. So just briefly to show you how it's customised: herb teas, postcards, jewellery that you can wear and collect along the way as the story of the Lavender Cellar unfolds. Lots of little journaling cards in there to work with, bookmarks, and say cards. So just to give you a very quick flick through on how this works. And here is one of the lavender fairies. If I hold that up to you, a lot of my photographs are photographs of the nature realm, where fairies have come through to speak to me, and we teach about how to see the fairies and how to work with them. So hope you can spot a little fairy in there. If not, you might see one in there. If you want to pause the video, whoops, I'd have a more in-depth look. You might be able to see a little fairy creature in there. And if not, how about this one? And if you can see little fairies in there, then stick with me. Have I got a treat for you in a few moments? So, quickly going through it. So lots of little tuck spots for journaling cards, journals within journals, booklets. But just to give you an idea, that's fabric with hand-painted lavender on. Little booklets, resin photographs from my art collection, and so on. So again, we've got samples of lavender in there, lavender farms that I've visited and taken photographs from, and the story of the Lavender Cellar unfolds as she shares her amazing experiences with the journaler in this book. So let's move her out of the way for now, and we'll have another look at a journal made for a herbalist doing the herbal course with me that I run. Just bring the other things out. So this is all about things that are covered on the New Earth Energy Holistic Herbal Course, which can either be done for personal interest or it can be done as for professional accreditation. I'm a registered training school, so I can take people through. But this is something that I was commissioned to do for the herbal course. So let's just have a quick look through this. Sorry, doesn't that always happen? I was never in a Girl Guide, so never very good at tying knots. But all my bows tend to form themselves into knots, so there we go. This is the Oracle, and she and another Fae gardener by the name of Tyrian Suasus Rerus guided this course, which is an upgrade, current day upgrade with new earth energy into herbalism and how herbalism can help us. And this is something that I'll be talking about in another presentation. So again, just briefly going through it, this of course has got lots of little interactive charms in here, and each one has a sustainable task to it, like growing something or preparing something, relating to the course, leaf recognition, and the messages brought from leaves and so on. The card took from leaves from the garden, with a collected beautiful handmade paper, microscope slide with artwork of lavender on. Lavender features strongly. This is one of the eco-dyed papers, and it's got a story in there, so by meditating with the papers you can unravel your own narrative. Again, another secret fairy task to do. Spiritual energies of a plant, more eco-dyed narrative from the nature realm, herbal teas to try, seeds to grow, again another herbal task, lavender, embellishments, we've got the jewellery in there. This again is another piece of jewellery. This is this can be worn as part of the interaction. Again, this is silver made pendant or keyring or whatever, but it is made out of glass. That's a microscope with a herb in there. So again, working with marigolds, teas, more teas and seeds. So we've got the herbs, we've got the oils in there, looking at different seasons, different recipes. Autumn coming in. So yeah, lots of different. Again, a separate booklet, all made with charms to do with herbs and botanicals. So again, a little note booklet that you can work with. Garden designs, herb gardens, and so on. So a journal for a herbalist. Let's move that out of the way. Along with that, so everything is always interactive and comes with different accessories. So we've got journal cards that are all about learning about different herbs, booklets, handmade booklets, note booklets, and art designs that I've done, again as booklets, as a field research notebook. Now finally I would like to come to another little journal that I made, and this one is special. There is an accompanying video with this presentation that shows you how this was made. I made this, you know, as a creative, you will always you lose your mojo, you know, you get blocked, you get creative block and you don't know what to do and where to go. Well, this happened, and so I go into nature, I connect with the nature spirits, I get my inspiration, and this is just a little, just a notebook that goes with it, just a little tag journal to get the creative flow going. And this is available as a separate video to inspire you to go out and to make your own. And if you want the digital pack to actually make this one, that is also available. So these are just a few ideas of some of the journals that I've done. So there is more information on www.journaling.me. If you contact me, I can send you more information about the bespoke and customised journals, either for yourself or as a gift for somebody. What I was going to show you was the one I was working on now, which is very special to me, because it is walking the fairy trail with the inner child. And some time ago I channeled through this drawing, and it was the fairy trail. And each one of these steps on the fairy trail is a little task, it's a little interactive project to do with nature. And this particular journal is the Fairy Trail Within a Child. It records this journey. So with this journal will come various little resources to do each one of these things along the way. It can be growing your own fairy, it can be, I'm not going to spoil it and tell you too much. I will be putting a video out on this, which will be a journey through this when it's finished. But it brings you to a place within yourself through doing your journal, which is in effect a new beginning. So you start off here. It came to me just before Halloween in a Halloween workshop that I was doing, a little interactive workshop which inspired the whole thing, where Scorpio Fairy took me on this particular journey to a new beginning. Now this was started last year, long before we had lockdowns and things to worry about, but actually going through this journey along the way has helped me focus on my own personal journey. So I just want to show you a few of the things that I'm using to create this. Firstly, I made the cover. The cover is always the first and the last thing that goes through. And this is fabric that I got for it. Here's the journal cover. There's a special fairy fabric that I got. It is the last thing, as I say. It will have ribbons and things go through it. It will have the spine on it, but it will also have an inner piece which will go on the inside of the journal cover, which I should have here somewhere, so I can just show you how that comes together. I don't think I got it here with me, but never mind. Suffice to say, no, that's actually the spine, so that goes between the two. Here we go. This will give you an idea. That's the outside, either the front or the back. Turn it over. You can see it's been made on hardboard using cardstock. It's made, again, fabric over the cardstock to make the inside of the journal. The spine, which will have the sets of pages called signatures stuck to it, they'll be sewn into it, and it'll come between the two covers of the journal. So that's for the inside, the back of it. These are a section of papers that I've designed digitally myself that will go into the journal. A lot of them are fairy narratives, so they're all meditations that you can do for your own messages and put in the journal. They do relate to the tasks, which come through on the map. One of the interactive things involved is a little miniature herb pillow, Midsummer's Night's Dream, and this has got the summer of 2020 herbs in it. It's got lavender, hops, lemon balm, chamomile, lavender and valerian in it. So beautiful smell to it. Press the herbs and the essential oils in there, pop it in your pillow and do a recording of what you dream of it. Projects. They're killing nature. What can we do about it? It's one of my drawings that I did. I was meditating in the garden and a little ladybird came and sat at the side of me and said, "Fight back!" So that's what we do. So these are all the fabrics that I used in putting it together. I should be making some lace pockets that go on the inside. Always a joy to make those. Again, made from the digital pages that I've designed, tags and pockets. So these are available. Vellum. napkins in Sadie's van to go inside the journal, the cards, vellum napkin extracts on them, and lots of goodies in there. Lots of the flower fairy stuff in there. I've got some flower fairy fabric, and that all goes in there too. So I'm in the middle of finishing, finishing that off. I needed to go to the fabric market this week and bought some lovely ribbon, which will go between the covers, across the spine, and along the two sides when it's finished to make the fastening for it. So I shall be making another walkthrough journal on that. I do run journal courses, how to make them, and look at some of these that I've already made and take you on a step-by-step process to make your own. So there's a series of those journals out. But as I say, I'm now taking commissions for the Christmas period. I need to have commissions in this month to be able to finish them before Christmas, so that they're available in December, and there's a hand delivery to you to have them in time. So a guaranteed delivery before Christmas, providing I get the commission in by the end of September. The prices vary. They are bespoke. They can be bespoke to your needs. We're looking at something like £20 for a simple one like this, £30 for one with the jewellery, and they can go up to £150. For example, the lavender one and the herbal one was at least 80 hours in creating those without the cost of the resources in. So that will give you an idea of the spread. Obviously payment is taken via PayPal, but please contact me. I will send you the link if you let me know to how to create your own tag journal and open the creative doorway into nature in order to relieve the writer's block or the artist's block that you might be experiencing, as we all do from time to time. So thank you for your patience, thank you for bearing with me, and I hope to be in contact with you soon.